When we decided to hold the food week, we decided that because there was so much fantastic local produce, we decided to obviously start the week with a 21-course tasting menu. But that was done because there's so much fine produce. We didn't think that a small tasting menu would obviously, show off the products as well as you can. Over the 4 nights after the initial tasting menu, we have 4 theme nights, which is historical Cumbria, classic French, East meets West, and modern British. Obviously quite diverse. What we're hoping to do, or what we want to do, is we want to really show people that they can take the best of local produce, but maybe do the food in a different way to what they're used to. We can show the diversity of all the products in the local area and really get people going away and getting excited about local produce and excited about the restaurant here at the Bay. I mean, a good example, I suppose, for showing the products in a different light is on the East meets West menu. It's obviously quite fusion cooking, but we've decided to have a bit of fun because I think eating is, as much fun. It's about going out and having a dining experience as much to just eating. So the first night we've got some lovely beef coming from Temple Farm near Cartmel, and we're making our own burgers, and we've actually called it the Kamikaze Burgers because it'll be served, and we're going to serve it with some wasabi paste and some cloudea fungus. When it actually gets served on the night, there'll be 2 different types of burgers. One will be with wasabi and one will be without. So you could almost say it's like a Russian roulette of which one you bite into and get the hot spice from. So it's about having a bit of fun, but also showing off everything that we're sort of hoping to achieve over the week. But when we decided to do the historic Cumbrian Day, we decided that we'd pick a few dishes that people would probably be more sort of fluent with, knowledgeable about, like the Cumbrian tatty pot. But we also wanted to give people a chance to try dishes of bygone days that maybe they haven't experienced before. We decided to do a few things like the John Peel tart. People might not be obviously aware, obviously a very famous Cumbrian man. We also decided to do a 3-decker dessert, which is basically 3 different types of apples, and it's layered in between with puff pastry. But along with that, we've decided to do things called a millim yo-yo, which from obviously that part of Cumbria is obviously quite a popular dish in times gone by. Effectively to us now, it would be easiest described as sort of a chocolate biscuit. So we're sort of giving people the opportunity to try things that maybe have died out, sort of really give them a chance to taste the spirit of Cumbria almost. I think modern British sort of depends on the chef, to be honest. To me personally, it's about taking a classic, well-known dish and maybe giving it a more modern edge. For example, on our modern menu, we've got the all-day English breakfast, which obviously used to, being your sausage and your bacon, etc. for breakfast. On the actual day, we're going to use Woodall's crisp pancetta. Going to make our own chipolata sausages, and we're going to do like pan-fried quail eggs, tomato muffin, and we're sort of giving it a more sort of modern feel. It's still a breakfast, but it's not a breakfast at the same time. It's going to be something that appeals to the eye and to the taste buds. I think certainly there's been an increase over the last maybe 10 years or so that people are becoming more clued up on food, and they certainly know what they're looking for and they're expecting. I think what will be done over the sort of 5 days here will be something new to the senses, and I think that excites people because people always like to try something that maybe they've never tried before, and they're going to have the opportunity over this period, for example, they're going to have the opportunity to try historic Cumbrian menu, but with obviously lots of local produce, but done to a modern sort of better standard. The classic French night, we've obviously got Stephen Doherty, former head chef of the Gavroche and the first English chef ever to retain 3 Michelin stars, and he's coming to cook here for the Classic French night. So I think alone that's a fantastic sort of experience there. But each menu has its own sort of quality that I think that anyone who dines will have a different experience each evening that they come. I think that it would be fantastic if people took something from the food festival away with them, even if it's, you know, a simple thing like a memory that they've had a fantastic meal, they've enjoyed what they've experienced. But I also think that it'd be fantastic if they went away and thought that bit of salmon that we had from Cartmel Valley Game was fantastic, or, you know, that Cumberland sausage, I'd love to know, you know, which supplier that came from. And obviously the suppliers are going to be on hand during the evenings, so the guests are also going to have that ability and opportunity to be able to speak to the people who actually produce these products, and that alone is something that they probably wouldn't normally have opportunity to do. We're using fantastic suppliers. We have a supplier called Cartmel Valley Game. The guy who owns it lives on the Hawker estate. He was the head gamekeeper, has his own little sort of premises actually within the Hawker estate, and it's a company that's not very well known, but its products are fantastic. Again, we've looked for as much sort of local meat. We've got lamb coming from Hawker again, the salt marsh lamb, which is obviously special. We've got beef coming from Temple Farm, got Mansa Hall mutton. You know, we really have gone out to try and find the best of local products.